What is up guys, HD here, welcome back to Homesick. Now, I do have something a little bit different planned for this episode. Basically, like I said in the end of the last episode, this episode is going to be purely going back and reading to find out the lore of the game. Because I'm really curious to find out what it's about, so I'm going to quickly backtrack to the start, so I can go through this door over here. And then I'm going to go through the reading I haven't been through yet. So I have been in some of the rooms over in this area. But I haven't been through them all. I don't know why I just went, My brain couldn't come up with a formulative sentence to say. And I get that formulative probably isn't a word. But I wanted to use it. So we've been in there because that was about the granddad, I think. Something like that. I don't really remember. We haven't been in here though. So this is where the reading's going to begin. I'm going to work my way from left to right around this room, I think, and let's find out who lived in this apartment then, shall we? Right, is there any bookshelves and stuff here? Oh, that looks like a really book. It is. Childhood Development and Psychology. Okay, so they might have had a kid. There's a book. Finding Home, a memoir about my adopted family. Okay, so they're both about children. Were they thinking of adopting? To our dearest son, we received your recent letter telling us the news that you and your wife plan on adopting a child. That was right. While we are happy that you want to have a family, we don't think it is a good idea to adopt. You won't know this child's background or genetics. Our family has superior genes, and we would be sad that the child won't look like you. There are so many stories of adopted children that end up abandoning their adoptive parents. Don't do this. Love, your parents. Okay, so whoever lived here, their family or their parents, or one of their parents there, either their mum or their dad, didn't support the idea of them adopting. Okay. Interesting. Oh, there's one. Brightness, right. To my love, happy anniversary. These past few years together have been a dream come true. I am so excited to have a family with you. I know things have been hard with our jobs here, but I know together we can do anything, and we can even create a loving home in this hard place. So many children have been orphaned because of the dangerous conditions and violence in this region, and I know we can provide a loving home so that at least one of these children will no longer be alone in this scary world. I know that some of our family members don't support our decision, but we have to do what is in our hearts. There may be stories of adoption that result in heartbreak, but there are many more stories filled with smiles and happiness. I love you, and I am so excited about this next exciting chapter of our lives. Yours truly, Elliot Willow. Okay. So the dude that lived here was called Elliot. Or it could have been a woman, I'm not judging. I don't judge, it's part of my thing. I'm not a judgmental person. See, that coffee cup looks really, interactable, but it's not. Is that really? Yes. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Willow, we have received your completed application to adopt a child. So they went through with it even though their parents didn't support them. Interesting. And we have received confirmation from the inspector that you passed your interview and background checks. Congratulations! There is a waiting list of other applications, and your application will be added to the queue. The average wait time is 6 to 9 months. On behalf of the agency, I thank you for wanting to open up your home to care for a child in need. Please contact my office if you have any questions. Regards, Gertrude Goldman, social worker. Sweet, so they went through the adoption. Something here as well. Dear Gertrude, thank you for your letter telling us the good news that our application has been received. We are very excited to become parents. We are very much looking forward to when there is a child ready for us. Sincerely, the Willows. So they hadn't actually had the child yet, because otherwise this letter would have been sent off, and we wouldn't have just read it, because you don't make 2 copies of a letter just so you have a copy yourself for someone to read in the future. So whatever happened here happened before this family managed to adopt. But it seemed like they knew that this was a rough region, because they said that it's like a dangerous and harsh environment. But oh, beans, hello. they knew what they were going to bring the child up into, but it never happened because of something which is unclear at this point. Any of these books readable? No, I don't think there's anything in here. Okay then. Anything in the bathroom? There never is, but is there anything in the bathroom? No, as expected. Right, anything here? Yeah, that one. Cool. The moon and the stars. AA. He was the moon and she was the stars. Oh, it's a poem. Okay, I'll start that again. He was the moon and she was the stars. His love for her grew endlessly, past Jupiter and Mars. The stars were vast and lively, pensive was the moon, but when she did her cosmic dance he couldn't help but swoon. With the way she moved and swayed, the planets all would stare. The moon knew within himself he could never compare. It took some time for them to meet, you would be surprised. But when the earth had moved aside, you should have seen her eyes. How lovely, said the stars, as she witnessed the eclipse. The moon began to blush, and said, you know that I exist? The moon knew her very well, he watched her every night. But he always hid behind the earth, paralyzed with fright. He was lonely floating there, the planets overzealous. How the stars flew by them all, he was so very jealous. Did I say zealous? I meant overzealous. Oh well. My craters are atrocious, my surface filled with dust. Surely you must look at me with nothing but disgust. Don't be so sad, darling, I don't think I'd agree. I have to tell you something, Moon, we're all just dust, you see? I've been around the universe, I've seen a lot of things. But now I have met you, dear, my heart, it truly sings. And the eclipse ended and the sun lit up his face. The moon broke out into a smile you could see from all of space. Now whether you are reading this from Jupiter or Mars, there has never been a love so grand as that of the moon and the stars. Huh. That's quite a cool little poem. I'm not one for poems. I have nothing against them. I'm not really a fan of them. But that one I quite liked. Right, is there anything in here? Probably not. That's where I found the bucket, wasn't it? Bucket. No? Okay. I don't know why it's so laggy when I go in there. I apologise for that. But there is nothing I can currently do about that situation. Right. Okay. Where would the reading be in here? Frame rate? What are you doing? I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know why it's being like this. Did I miss any readings in these? Oh, I've got to open all the things again. Well, it's not that difficult, but were there any readings in these? I don't think there was. I would have seen them. Oh no, there's one here. Here we go. Be careful, as sometimes the filing cabinets will tip over. The filing cabinets will tip over if the top drawer is open and the bottom drawers are empty. The top drawer lock on all... Oh wait, so the ones that kept falling over, if I open up the bottom drawer... Oh, if the bottom drawers are empty. Oh, I see. The top drawer lock on all the filing cabinets uses the same formula for the combination. I tried to make it easy to remember. The formula is 00 followed by the number on the drawer. See, that's just a stupid system. Anyway, here are the instructions to reset the combination. Turn shackle 90 degrees so notch on shackle is aligned with notch on in lock body. I was about to say buddy. Press and hold the shackle down. Set the dials on your own combination by lining up the middle of the numbers with red strip. Or stripe, whatever you want to call it. Lift and return the shackle to closed position. Scramble the dials to lock. The more you know. Yeah, so this will be number 11. And I got it all the way through. Ugh. 11. See? 11. Pictures, which we've already seen, but are reloading again for some reason. This is interesting. Yeah, I've definitely done all the unlockable ones, so I'm not gonna bother with the rest of them because I've done them. I know I've done them. So I think that was episode 2 I did them. Oh, that was readable. New Times, issue 48. Energy boom shows no signs of slowing down. The District Energy Commission released a statement showing energy production is at an all-time high. With projections of increased production throughout the coming year, let's say cosmic, stocks in the mining, energy production, and energy transmission industries are similarly high. Several environmental and community organizations, however, continue to express warnings that the Energy Commission should shift energy production to a more renewable and less hazardous sources. Classified. Like reading comics, love drinking milkshakes? Come on down to the Super Shakes. Burton on Trent. 10% off with this voucher. Life is beautiful. You are beautiful. No regrets, don't look back, move on, and become a stronger person. Perswan. Yes, not person, Perswan. Twin Support Service Specialist. Lois. I will always be there for you. Yes. Cool. Glad we read that. It's just a newspaper article. Only that page. Only that page of the newspaper article. Yeah, we've seen all these pictures, so there's no point reading them. Oh, there's stuff on the floor I might have missed, actually. I apologise for this frame rate. I'm not sure how it looks on the recording, but if it looks shit, I really do apologise, but I don't know why it's happening. Oh, that's already toppled over. Yeah. Ah, new times. Okay. New cancer risk study. Energy workers excluded. Why are the energy workers excluded? Interesting. The Regional Health Organization is conducting a study of the cancer risks for region residents in response to escalating fears about the possible negative impacts from industrial operations in the area. Director of the study, Dr. Nigelis Kader, or something like that, notes that this study focuses only on residential risk. The agency has decided to exclude energy workers. In a letter to the health organization, local health advocates criticized this omission, arguing that by leaving out the risk of energy workers, the study will underestimate the actual risks posed by industrial operations. That is so very true. So very true. Truthfulness comparison. Classified again. Forbidden's Fallen Daffa lets you achieve peace of mind and sound of body completely for free. For sale, use Tombstone. Perfect for someone named Bartatak. Only. Skanschveld 18? Skanschveld? That's how I would have said it. 3 bunnies for sale. They are named Bunny, Bun, and Kin. All white. Thank you for the random bunny extract. Oh, there's so much reading. I like it. Issue 54. Complaints of lack of safety enforcement. Members of the Members of the Fight for Clean Air community organization are collecting anonymous complaints from district workers about violations of safety regulations. A spokesperson for the group explains that maintaining the workers' anonymity is crucial. I think it's anonymity. I don't know. You know what it means. I don't, because I'm a dum-dum. Is crucial. Yep, crucial. To making sure they are not fired from their jobs or otherwise put in jeopardy for voicing their concerns. Complaints demonstrate widespread violations of safety regulations in all sections or sectors, including manufacturing and mining. Classified. I lost my hour in the woods while I was searching for money. If you've seen it, contact me. Wanted! Slow-witted psychic to assist with evil schemes. Prior experience with death rays essential. It's a random thing wanted. Life is beautiful, you are beautiful, no regrets, don't look back, move on and become a stronger person. Yeah, same quote. Okay, cool. Glad I read that. Whoa, fucking hell lag. Okay. Summary of recent settlement amounts. This list contains the case names of settlement amounts and settlement amounts for the cases involving personal or property injury due to pollution or violation of environmental or safety laws. Settled within the past year, all of these figures are confidential and have not been disclosed to the public. Community Coalition for Safe Water v Regional Water Board. Oh, so the money just goes up. Energy Corp. Energy Commission. Could that be what have happened here? Because I'm reading all these stuff about like these companies that are like violating like regulations. Could they have violated to the point where it caused this? Things got so bad and out of hand that this happened? It's possible. Explosion may be worse than previously estimated. The explosion of the nearest power plant earlier this month, may have been worse than previously estimated. The explosion, which was thought to have killed 19 workers and injured dozens more, was caused by a malfunctioning valve in the cooling tower. New reports indicate that there were additional workers killed in the blast that are being uncovered in the ongoing reconstruction of the towers. Oh, so there was an explosion. Oh, okay. That's interesting. And it was in a power plant. That's bad. That could have caused everything here. Okay, Angels of Men. Tobias was among the crumbling rafters of the abandoned temple, looking through tears at the approaching tragedy below. The child he had saved 5 years. Yeah, saved 5 years earlier, just before her life began. Sobbed alone among the dusty pews. She was looking into the skylight above him and pleading for help and for mercy that he could not give her. Everything he was, and once was, hurt. His mind screamed for him to intervene, but couldn't. There was nothing he could do. Even now, as he understood what was about to happen, he could only look down upon her and wonder why he had once been given the chance to save her, only for now to have to endure this night. From below, the hollow echoes of a door unlocking and its tortured creak as it was pushed open reverberated through the nave. The child stopped her prayers and looked towards an expanding shaft of bright yellow light cascading through the doorway. A shadowy figure carrying a small flashlight stepped across the threshold. Its gentle footfalls the only sound as it approached her. Tobias flinched as the girl's features flashed for an instant in the light, and he noticed an expression of relief gracing her features as the dark and lanky figure stopped next to her. She was smiling up at it, and a pang of immeasurable sorrow ripped through him as he watched the figure sit down next to her. He'll be here soon, not hell. The dark figure whispered. She nodded. Will it hurt? I'm scared. The figure shook her head forcefully. Its head forcefully. No, don't be scared. It will be like going to sleep. I can never hurt you, I promise. She exhaled a hesitant, stuttering breather. Bottom lip quivering nervously as it began. As the little girl whose life had only been one of pain and sorrow and whose name begged mercy, found it was she took the figure's hand in hers, raised it was her face, and cried her last tear upon it. Tobias had to close his eyes. So she was getting killed or something like that. The Helping Friendly Book. This could help. Once there was a large man named Ernest. Ernest wasn't a good writer, but he wanted to try and write a book. So he hired a ghostwriter. The only thing was, the ghostwriter was an actual ghost. His name was Rutherford, and he was on a quest to save Ernest from meeting his untimely doom, which would apparently occur soon. Rutherford warned Ernest that sooner or later he would die a terrible death, but Ernest, like all good protagonists, didn't listen. Then, one day Ernest was going for his morning walk, when he one day slipped on a banana peel and landed on his stomach. Somehow he managed to give himself a small cut above his left nipple. Later that day, the cut grew bigger. He decided to go to the hospital to have it checked out. While in the hospital, he was walking past the NICU when all of a sudden everything went black and Ernest was dead. Now, how has this book been helping a friendly you ask? It hasn't been helping or friendly at all, you say. Well, that's not your problem. That was very random. Very, very random. But okay. Very, very random. Right. Daily Beat. June. Debate continues over subsidies for energy sources. The legislator continues to debate whether the federal government should continue to subsidize the traditional sources of energy, or whether the should shift to supporting alternative energy sources. Industry leaders from the coal and oil industries testified at a multi-hour hearing asking for continued financial subsidies to their industries, including to further development technology to dig deeper wells, reach harder to reach energy deposits, and build pipelines for faster transportation of energy. Testimony for the public and the new alternative energy companies asserted that new technologies to utilize renewable energy sources are more deserving of subsidies, security, and will result in greater benefits for security, public health, and environmental protection. Classified. Vote no on proposition 5849592. What does that mean? Keep our company town private. This proposition would replace our industry led city with elected citizens. Industry knows better than the people. Don't give the people the right to control our town. Sneaking spouse, pilfered portrait, or maybe missing monkey. Visit Lennon E. Wade, private eye, no case to traders. Grateful Dead tickets for sale. See David at the top of the guitar shop. Well, that was random. Now, you're probably wondering why I probably didn't show you that lot, and that's because I read it awfully. There was a lot of grammar and a lot of words that I never knew in there, and it took me ages to read it all. And I do apologise for that, but I don't want to have to make you sit through it anyway, and they're nothing to do with the lore of the actual game. They were all really weird stories. One was about a sailor that was going to kill his captain because he thought he was dead, so he was going to kind of throw him overboard, but then didn't because reasons. Anyway, I'm going to try and do this elevator thing. Follow these instructions, follow these carefully, or the elevator will not work. I don't know why, it's just really bad wiring, I guess, but I found this is what works. First, make sure all the breakers are off, okay? So, no, left is on and right is off, so all the breakers need to be to the right. Got it. First, make sure all the breakers are off, then in this order, turn C on, flip A and B on, and then C back off. And then lastly, so C, A, B, C, E. C, A, B, C, E. Wait, left is on and right is off. Oh, right, I'm going to try something. So left is on and right is off, yeah? So these are all to the right. I'm going to reverse this one because it's sideways. So C, A, B, C, E. Okay, so C, A, B. I didn't say Siri. Fuck off, Siri. Fuck's sake, I've got to do that again now, so... yeah, okay, right. No, that was right, it just didn't look right, okay. C, A... Oh, that was C, B. Fuck, I can't do it. Right. C, A, B, C, E. I'm going to try that. I'm just going to try that. Click up. And then they don't move. Come on. God damn it. What if that... Wait, what if I do it in the dream world? How do I sleep on this one though? Because that plant's got to be grown. I haven't seen any water anywhere. Oh, this is interesting. So, I might be able to do it in the dream world, but I'm not too sure. But... that's for the next episode, sadly, because this episode is taking up all the time for the reading. It's about 30 minutes long, so I'm going to leave that video here, in exactly the place I left it off in the last one. So, you don't have to watch this episode, it's one of them. It's not really, it's just about the lore and stuff, not really much happens in the game, but I'm going to leave that video here. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!